Welcome back to Loz Unplugged, where we dive into all things real with your host, Loz. And today I'll be sharing the stage with Malzina, Marissa, and Kenya, my really good friends. And today the topic's going to be talking about marriage and the reality of marriage. So, guys, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Malzina. I'm a mom and I'm married.
Love that. Black love.
Yes, 100%. We love it, don't we? I've known Loz for like all my life, basically.
Yeah.
And Marissa and Kenya, I met her in my teens. I'm just out here, guys. Trying to make it out. I'm not out here in the streets. I'm not in the streets, but I'm just,
Just living.
just living, yeah.
Okay, I'm Marissa. I can say that I'm a mum as well.
Love that.
I'm a wife now, finally.
Yeah.
Amen. And I know, amen. And I've known finally. And no, I've known Lorraine from we're born. Always. Malzina the same. Kenya, I'm kind of the same. I know you though. I do know you. And that's about me. I don't think I have anything else fun to say, really. Yeah.
Love that.
I'm Kenya. I've been married for 10 years.
Woo! That ain't easy,
I love my
though.
husband.
That's right.
She's definitely obsessed, guys.
These are my girls. I've known them for a very long time as well. Obviously, we're not close, but it doesn't feel like we're not close.
Yeah.
So that's me.
So, guys, just to break the ice a little bit, I thought we'd play a game.
Okay.
2 truths, 1 lie.
Right.
So you're going to have to get your thinking caps on really quick. So we'll do it one at a time so we don't get confused. We'll start from this way this time. Kenya, 2 truths and a lie.
I'm Jamaican. That's my first one. I've just bought a new car and we're saving to buy a house, another house.
Okay, so we'll be guessing now.
Yeah, I think the truth is you're saving to buy another house.
No.
That is.
Oh,
Yeah, I was going to say no. The truth is she's a Jamaican. What do you
I
Guys,
should have said that first.
On Instagram, Kenya, everywhere.
Team Jamaica.
Team
Jamaica.
Jamaica. Queen Lady Gangster, she's right there in the corner with that.
No, that is me.
Yeah, no, she's an OG still. Yeah. And have we guessed then? Is that it?
Yeah. The house is a lie. I'm not buying a new house. I bought a new car though.
Okay, so the truth is that you're Jamaican.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that 2 truths
Two,
and a lie.
and
Yeah.
one more
Jamaican
truth.
bought a car
Okay.
and I'm not buying
the house is
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm a mom. I'm an Aries, and I used to be a footballer.
Oh, definitely not the footballer.
Right. You've lost
Maybe track and field, not football.
Sports day.
Just me, really.
Oh my days. The lie is you're not a footballer.
Yeah, that's what I am. I'm a mom.
Yeah.
I'm an Aries. Team Aries over here. Marissa?
I got a B in French. I failed maths, and I'm a mum.
I think the lie is you failed maths.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the lie.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the lie.
yeah.
You, Mal.
Okay. I swim 2 days a week. I don't like the feel of, the paper, like flour, like the packet.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. And it took me a year to go on a date with my husband.
Ooh, the lie.
Oh,
I feel like the lie is that it took you a year to go on a date.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Is that the lie?
It did not take. Yeah, that's a lie.
No, that's not the lie.
Is it?
Oh,
No way. Okay, the flower.
No.
What then?
the first
I
one.
don't swim twice a week, guys.
Okay. You never know, new hobby and all that.
I don't swim twice a week.
So we're gonna get right into it. You ladies are all married. How long have you been married for?
10 years.
10 years, Marissa.
Oh, after goes Malzina, I have to count.
There's nothing wrong with counting, right?
Together, all married. What
9
do you
How long
months.
have you been married
9
for?
months.
count? Oh, okay.
9
That's
months.
like,
9
it
months.
doesn't matter how to count.
So 10 years, 9 months.
It's going to be 3 years this year.
Amazing. So the reason why I actually decided to pick this topic is because I feel like in the black community especially, marriage is something that's pushed down our throats. So like for example, if a woman announces that she's having a child on social media, the first thing I'm seeing in the comments is, where's the ring? Where's the ring? If there's no father in the picture.
Yeah.
So what I've always been interested in, me, someone who's single, who would like to one day say in Jesus' name, I'll be able to get married.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it everything that it's hyped up to be? Like, is the reality of marriage the way people portray it on social media? So that's why I felt like it was important to discuss these things.
Yeah.
So how long were you guys with your husbands for before you actually got engaged?
I was with Joel for 10 years. So...
Like, you was with Joel for 10 years before you actually got engaged?
But it's either 9 or 10. We met each other when we was quite young, so...
Okay.
We had that time to, like, grow together. We got married at the right time, I would say. I think so, anyway.
Okay. What about you, Marissa?
Myself and Nat, we were together, I think, for like a year, and then he proposed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Straight in, no.
Straight in, no joke. You had to make it clear. I said to him, from we got together, I said, if you're not marrying me, you can go away, respectfully, because I'm not wasting time, and that's exactly what happened.
So that brings me on to my next question, like, how long would you say you should be engaged for before you get married? For example, you said you was married, you was engaged to Joel or you got up with Joel.
I was going dating
out with him for 10 years.
Yeah.
Now, I know that there's going to be some women watching that thinking, there's no way
100%.
I'm waiting 10 years.
I know.
So how long is too long? Like, let's keep it real. Is there a time frame on it? Should there be a time frame on it? Is it a thing where you should say you should drag it out longer to get to know the person? Because I feel like there's one thing getting married, but I'm not trying to get married to the wrong person.
Yeah.
So what would you say to that?
I'd say, like she's always said, they were young. They felt like they were too young, so maybe that's the reason why it's taken that
which
long.
is understandable.
I wouldn't put a time frame on it. However, if you're in your 30s or late 20s, then maybe, because what are you wasting your time? Like, what am I waiting for?
There you
Do
go.
you know what I mean? But then, is that your person, or are you just trying to be married?
Yeah, that's what I ask myself a lot. Because I don't know if you guys have realised, but there's been a lot of, engagements and things on social media, and I'm all here for it. Do you know what I mean? But I do sometimes wonder, like, what are the reasons for getting married? Because I keep it real. I feel like there's some people that are getting married just to say they can have sex now.
But that's absolutely insane.
I do feel like there are some people with that mentality.
It's not the reason.
So that you can have sex in God's eyes.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons.
So you're not sinning.
It's biblical.
So is that to me? That I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
So I understand. Yeah, like, but the logical reason behind it. But for you just to get married to somebody just so that you could have sex is insane to me. Close your legs and sit down and just hold your corner.
I mean, it is hard.
And of course it's hard. It's not that easy. Of course not. Do you understand the concept of marriage then? If you're just going to get married to somebody, just so that you can have sex.
Yeah.
Right.
So what if something in your marriage happened as to why you can't have sex, then what?
Yeah.
You've been ruined.
So do you feel like not waiting to get married and engaging in sexual encounters with your partner, is that an issue then? Is that a problem? Because, not everyone has necessarily waited before marriage. If you're talking from a biblical perspective in the Bible, it says you should wait before. Do not wait for marriage.
Yeah.
So would you say that, I'm not trying to get you guys to talk about, too much, but it's like, from a general, idea, is it, if you, dibble and dabble with your partner, is that wrong? Before marriage? Because I know it's a big struggle for some people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is a person that I love, I'm attracted to, and you tell me I have to wait until that marriage day and I get that ring on my finger to drag you upstairs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Get it out. It doesn't have to be upstairs. Get it out.
Can you say it doesn't have to be upstairs?
Yes, Kenya. So tell me.
I mean, dibble and dabble. I won't say it's wrong. I feel like you have to have your mindset there, like we are going to get married. But this is not me saying just start doing things with your partner.
Yeah.
But I do think it's important to marry before sex.
Okay.
But I'm not saying it's wrong to do stuff with your partner that you know you're going to get married to. But then that's where it's like a danger zone, because it's like, okay, now I've had sex with my partner and I've given him everything now. Like, it depends where's his mindset.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because even to this day, I don't fully know who my husband is. Do you know what I mean? So I'm still learning.
Yeah.
So what if then, like, I gave him everything and then he's like, okay, I've had you now.
Yeah.
There's nothing else really. Like, and like I said, it's based on your mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think, Marissa?
I think in regards to sex before marriage, I do completely understand why it says in the Bible not to do it, because it can be quite dangerous.
Yeah.
I think, especially in terms for me, in situations of lust, I can say from past experiences, like some men, they're quite lustful. Even women can be quite lustful, to be honest. Men or women, it's not just men. Let's be real, it's men, women.
Very dangerous.
Exactly. And I think when you are in that position, you'll never have a really authentic relationship when all you're after is sexual relations. I think there's so much more to a relationship than just that sexual side of it. If you can wait, by all means wait. If you can't wait, then I guess that's a conversation you'd have to have with God, to be honest.
Yeah.
And figure that out for yourself at some point. But I can say for me, it was important, I suppose, not to at the time. Don't get me wrong, it is hard. When you love someone, you're like, oh yeah, like, oh.
Do you know what I mean?
But then I think at the same time,
Is it love or is it lust? I just want to get in bed with you.
Like, it's not the same.
I just want the feeling.
It sounds bad. I might feel a bit for saying this, but sometimes you got to try before you buy.
Absolutely not.
I have heard that before. I have heard people say you have to try
before you buy.
But it's a difficult one.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not married, and the reason why I'm asking these questions because I'm actually intrigued to know, like, you know, it's not just going to the wedding and taking pictures. There's so much struggles before we even make it to the altar.
Yeah.
I also think that even though obviously you're not married but you've had a baby, which also means you've had sex.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Thanks for that.
It's important to remember that going to somebody else, like your next partner, you can put those boundaries in place. And I feel like it's so sacred, like your self giving to somebody else. You can do that. I'm not saying like do it all over again, but when you meet your next person, you can wait and you can.
Yeah,
like,
you
I
can
want to see how much you value me first.
I was going to ask that. Just ask you a question. Like now, if you found somebody who could potentially be your husband, would you practice? Is it abstinence before you get married?
Yeah, I think I would want to. I would want to. Like Kenya said, obviously I've already had a baby out of wedlock, but that doesn't mean that I should exclude myself from certain experiences.
100%.
So I would definitely want to try. You know, heavy on the try.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that I would definitely try to do. And just another question to throw out there: do you believe that it's important to be equally yoked to your partner? Like, for example, can a Christian man and a Muslim woman come together, and can the marriage work? Because there's a lot of relationships that the man's Christian, the woman's Muslim, and vice versa. Yeah. And some people say it works, and some people say it doesn't. Do you believe that you have to be equally yoked in order for a marriage to work?
Okay, I was talking about, this is crazy because me and my mum, my dad and Joe, I was talking about this yesterday. And I think when we start having children and you're adding children into the mix, that's where it gets a bit techie.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying? Because you're coming to church with me on Sabbath, but then my husband says we're going to the mosque.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The next day. And it's confusing for the child. So I think if it's just you and your partner, I'm just going to say that's your journey. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can still be together, I think. But I think when you start adding children into the mix, I think it starts getting a bit techie.
For me, because I've not had children for that long, and obviously now I'm pregnant. For me, it was, I've always seen myself with just my husband. I've never thought about children. Until like lately. Like at the beginning, I did think about kids, and my husband was like, "That's because you want Instagram, Gaffy." It's like that. But when it comes to unequal yoke, it's not just Muslim and Christian. Christians.
Not. Yeah,
it's more. It's like, do you smoke?
Yeah.
Smoke, things like that. And then when it comes to like in-laws and things like that, it's way bigger than just the two of you.
Yeah.
And then there's always going to be this pressure, but obviously love is just one thing you can't. Like, if you love somebody and you've been working on that person and working to be in a relationship with that person, then how do you then look at your differences? I feel like you need to look into that before, and obviously make your decisions before you go into an unequally yoked relationship.
Yeah, you have to think about that, like,
before it gets well too deep and everything even harder.
Yeah.
And you want to leave and you're like, how can I?
Yeah. I mean, why has that crossed your mind in the first place? I mean, so which means it's obviously important to you, so then you don't put yourself in that situation.
Yeah. Okay, so next question. When you first got married, did the reality of marriage live up to your expectations? Because in my eyes, somebody who's unmarried, you know, we don't get to see the back, the other side to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, is it all, you know, petals, wedding bells, and things like that?
No.
What is the expectations? Like, what was your thing that made you realise, wow, this is more than what I thought it was actually going to be?
If we're keeping it real,
we have to.
Let's keep it real.
Unplugged.
We're keeping it real.
About keeping it real.
We have no other option.
Me and Nathaniel, when we first got married, you see, a week after we were married, we were arguing like cat and dog 100%. And cat and dog and cat and dog back and forth.
Yeah.
People, and normally you hear people say, "Oh, you're in your honeymoon stage. You should be in your honeymoon stage." No, it wasn't that for us. I think two different people coming together in a household, two different expectations. My clean's not your clean.
Yeah.
The way you do things is not how I would do things.
Yeah.
Understanding personality traits. Are you ignoring me? What's going on with this emotion here?
Yeah.
When you're angry, do I leave you alone? Do I smother you? What do I do?
Yeah.
It's those things that we had to figure out. And I think now we're at a stage where we're getting better at it, understanding each other more and more in sync. But in the first stages, I think I was quite confused. I thought, is this some stranger who I got married to? Like, who's this man?
Don't say stranger.
Literally, like, stranger danger. But I think at the same time, like, it was no, it's true. Like, at the beginning, I was like, whoa, nah, what's going on here? But I think that you have to go through those things. I think with any good team, you have to go through trials and tribulations. Like, I think literally to understand each other.
If you really get deep with it, it's tribulations.
Literally. So I think it's like, even in psychology, it's like about, I don't know if you heard of like storming, norming, forming, those kind of things that like allow you to, I suppose, come together to be the best team ever.
Yeah.
And I think we've had to go through some things to allow us to realise how much we genuinely love each other. For me now, I'm at a stage where, when we first got married, I think the love was there, absolutely. But where we're at now, it's untouchable now.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Like, my husband,
Big up Nats every time.
Yeah,
it's a flex.
I really love that. And
Nat's
I think
a great man.
Why it's important, and I'm happy that you've shared that, because there's probably, you know, couples who could be watching this who are in their very early stages of marriage, and they're probably unfamiliar with these feelings and emotions. They're probably worrying, like, I'm not supposed to be feeling like this. I'm supposed to be in the honeymoon period. But you're a clear example to say, you know what, you can be in an emotion where you're thinking, have I married a stranger? And then, like you say now, you love him more than ever. Do you know what I mean? The love is still there, but it's excelled now. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's important to realise that, you know what, it's actually okay to have certain emotions.
It doesn't stop either.
No, it doesn't stop either. And I was kind of in that similar stage, but I think it's because, like I said, we've been together for a very long time. You see what I'm saying? And now we're adults and we're getting married as big people. So Joel's in his 30s, I've just turned 30. So I think you change in that era as well, if you like. So we got married, and then he was kind of changing and I was changing as well, but I didn't realise that I was changing until he started to tell me certain things, and I was like, oh, really? Like, I didn't know that I was doing that. Or so there was, like, in the first year of marriage, it was very hard, but I think I didn't realise and understand either the significance and the gravity of being a wife.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
It's like, do you understand what that means? It's very, it's serious, and God is beautiful, you know, because the way that He ordained marriage and like the seriousness of it, we don't understand until we get into it. The
so
value of it. And I had to realise and understand, like, God has placed me in His life as His wife. So there's certain things that I need to pattern up and be doing, like, do you know what I mean? So I didn't really understand it until I got into it, and like Marissa said, yes, there was arguments. Literally, the beef was frying and it could never die. I'm telling you right now, it could never die, but it has died. Amen. I started doing therapy, and he does therapy also, so we have individually.
That's good.
So he does his therapy and I do my therapy, just because we realised that we're in two different points in our life, and we kind of need to gauge and understand who we are, so that we can get back together and figure it out. So
definitely.
I'd say definitely as well, before you get married, have therapy. Individual therapy is. I said to Nathaniel when we first got together, he had some things going on in his life with you know, we have our son, the mother of his son, lots of issues with that, and it really took a toll on him mentally, to the point where it was almost like comparison is definitely a thief. He was comparing certain aspects of me to that situation, and I said, sir, like, you know, I love you to pieces.
Don't say sir.
I love you to no, what I said is, you know, I love you to pieces, and all I want is for you to be happy, and I can only do so much for you to be happy. Unless you want that for yourself, I can't do anything else. He had to go and get therapy. I had to go and get therapy. We had to get therapy together. Premarital therapy is so important. After marriage therapy is really important as well.
I didn't even know about after marriage.
Absolutely.
I didn't know that was even
and I
a
think,
thing.
especially in the first year when you're getting to know each other even more so, absolutely. We've had to do that then. We've had to do it before. We've done it separately. Even now, I'm at a stage where I'm getting my own therapy now, like individual therapy. And I think, you know, getting to know each other, because at the end of the day, you can't rely on anyone for your happiness. I've realised that you have to be happy for you, and they have to be happy for them, so that when you come together, it's happiness together.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if you don't have that for you, you'll never be content. And that's me being honest, because you can't have that attachment to the point where you're so reliant on someone to make you happy, because it becomes so selfish. I've been in the stage where I've done that to people, and I've also been in the stage where people have done that to me, and it is selfish overall. You just can't do it. You need to be happy for you, they have to be happy for them, come together and make it work, especially when you have a child. Absolutely
100%. And I don't think
like
there needs to be a problem for
No.
you to seek therapy together. Like, it could be, like, you guys could be good and you could be happy and it's healthy, but I feel like it's still a good tool to, like, to do, like, something to do, do you know what I mean? Because then the therapy can tap into other things that you probably didn't even realise, and, you know, it will help keep the relationship flowing and going, so.
So I'm going to kind of take it to a different angle now. So marriage, you know, like I said, not everything's all roses. So do you think a couple should stay married for the sake of the kids if a partner cheats?
Definitely not.
Absolutely not.
Definitely not.
Get out.
You think you should leave?
Absolutely.
And what are your reasons for that?
Just self-respect.
Okay, but what if not everybody who's going to be watching this has got that self-respect?
Okay, fair enough. I can only speak for myself, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not staying in a relationship where you've cheated. You don't value all of me enough to not cheat. Like, cheating, you've cheated. After all these years of
so you don't feel like you should, you don't think you should stay for the sake of the marriage, to say, you know, I'm married, because some women will have this idea that, you know what, we've took our vows till death do us part. So with that being said, they're going to take that literally. The only way we're going to part is via death. So if their husband has
I can't lie,
cheated,
I'd
some
stay.
people.
It's so sad.
What's that?
I know.
Okay, no, I was gonna say.
I would stay.
Don't get any
I was
ideas.
gonna ask
I'm
you,
not trying to stay.
what would you do? So you find out that
She
he
said for the
cheats.
child. I'm not. The
Not
child's
for
going
the
to grow
child.
up and go back to business.
No.
And I'm still here in this relationship.
You would,
No, what I'm asking
So-
for you, what would you do then? If you found out
We have
that
to-
your
we
husband
have to
cheats,
have a
and
divorce.
that's it. There's
Yeah,
no,
I'm
there's
gonna move on with
no,
my life.
No
there's
counselling.
nothing, there's no
nothing.
counselling, no nothing.
Counselling for me for mental health, yeah, because he's cheated on me.
Okay, but the
not to stay in the
relationship,
marriage.
not to stay in the marriage.
I'm not
Okay.
staying with no man that's cheated.
so
on me.
why would you stay?
I don't know. I think I'm one of those women down the hill of if we're married, divorce is expensive. Firstly, that's the first. And I think too, you know, I'd like to see that no matter what, even if things go bad, let's see if we can get back to that place. I'm not saying if it's to the point where it can't be fixed, absolutely, I will divorce.
Yeah.
Let's separate everything. However, I'm not a quitter. I don't want to quit on it. I don't know. I can't quit on that.
But do you see yourself walking away from marriage as being a quitter, or is it knowing your worth and basically, because you know sometimes with men you have to be careful when it comes to giving them chances,
Yeah.
because they can absolutely take the mick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like you have to be careful, and you have to also make the man understand that you're not going to be able to get away with murder with me.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
do you feel like by staying you would be indirectly telling your partner, like, basically you can do whatever then? Do you know what I mean? Because marriage, like cheating in marriage is absolutely
It's absolute
bottom barrel. But I feel like social
Massive.
media has kind of desensitized us to things like that. Like when
Yeah.
you hear about people getting divorced and stuff, and it's got to do with things like infidelity and stuff, it's just like, that's deep, you know, we took vows together.
Yeah, and people just see it as like, but nah, like it's very serious. I would, for me, speaking for myself, I would try. So I would do counselling first, but I know myself, and I know really what I want to do is leave.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
for the sake of the vows that I took, because I took them, I was very serious about them.
Yeah.
I was very serious about my life.
I'm not saying that you wasn't paying.
You act already.
I know, babes. I was right there. I'm not saying that you wasn't.
No,
I'm not
okay.
indirecting or anything, but I'm just saying, like, just for me, like, I would try, because everyone's different. I would try, but I know really what I really want to do is just get up and go. But because, for better, for worse,
Richard
you
before
know,
all that good stuff. Yeah.
all of that good stuff, I would try.
Yeah, I mean,
But
trying is one.
I would try.
And then the thing
Heavy
is,
on the
I feel
try.
like you can stay,
Yeah.
but it's how you're staying there too. Like, it's how I am staying there. So if God forbid, don't ever do this, Nathaniel. if Nat was to ever cheat on me, I think they're staying, and is in terms of, for me, would look something like, you're on the sofa, I'm on the bed. Like, we're gonna have to have
How
that
long would you
time.
be able to do that for though? Like for me, if I was married and my husband cheated on me, I feel like I would mentally check out.
Yeah,
And I
100%.
don't know how you would get me to check back in. That's
Yeah,
the problem.
yeah.
I really don't know how you would get me to check back in, because I know what I'm like if a boyfriend was to cheat on me. It rattles and shakes up my whole world. So married and we've took vows in front of
Yeah.
people would definitely shake me up. And it leads me on to my next question, like, why do you feel like divorce rates are so high these days? Because as soon as you're seeing people getting married, I'm seeing a divorce follow a year, 2 years after.
Yeah.
So what's the reason for that? Do you feel like there are certain pressures now, like social media? I believe that social media has played a massive part in the downfall and breakdown of relationships, not just marriage, but I feel like it's given people this like idea of access. Like, there's just so much access to different things. You know, you can scroll on Instagram, you see a whole bag of gal that you never see a day in your life before.
Yeah.
But on Instagram, they're all there.
They're there.
So I feel
Yeah.
like it's like a spoil for choice thing.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? Do you feel like, have you guys had issues with social media in your marriage, or do your husbands not give you any trouble with
Oh,
that?
no trouble.
No trouble. I mean, the boys chat.
Yeah,
The boys
I've
group
had.
chat.
What is it techie there?
There's him, and then there's all the boys that are single, and it's like, oh, look at this girl, and I'm like, Mario, we commented on this.
Would you have a problem? Would you have a problem?
Pardon?
Would you have a problem if he commented?
It depends what he said.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing, we take a lot of pictures on his phone.
Yeah,
so when I've gone through to look for my pictures, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Well, it's come from WhatsApp.
Yeah,
so I'm like, Mario, what's this? And he'll say, but
So what about like phone access and things like that? Do you believe because you're married, you should be able to have your partner's passcode and have access to their phone?
If I ask for it, you should.
I
Willingly, voluntarily.
I have it, but I don't go on his phone, if that makes sense. Like, I have it as more like a security thing, not as like I don't trust you, I'm going to go through your phone. Like, I'm like, I need to check something quickly, let me go on your phone.
Well,
I don't even remember his password half the time.
If you was to say, nah, let me go on your phone, and he was a bit hesitant, would that then ignite something in you to say, hold on, why are you moving?
Yeah.
Mental notes. Mental notes.
Doors, absolutely. Yeah.
for me,
I remember.
Yeah.
We know. Yeah, absolutely no.
Yeah.
For me, it depends. Like, if it's around my birthday, maybe he's trying to surprise me. Or
Maybe,
whatever. But if it's like a general thing, 10
Day to
years
day.
in now,
Yeah.
day to married, and it's like, no,
I'd
I
be
have to
yeah.
sneak in his phone.
See what's going on.
Hack his phone. Because that is a bit...
Yeah.
And he's never asked for mine.
Yeah.
I wonder if he cares. I wonder if he cares.
So you know how you guys are all married,
He
right?
cares, man.
And I feel like in marriage, what I've always wondered is, how do you still remain individuals in marriage? So what's your thoughts on your partners having, say, a female best friend?
If he likes it, I love it.
Really? Can you let anything wrong?
If he likes
everyone.
So you're okay with not having a female best friend?
Absolutely.
What did you say? If he likes it, I'm what?
I love it, yes.
If
why?
he likes it, I love it.
Do you know what? No, it's not even in the sense of that. I think I'm at a stage where I trust him like a lot. To the point where
But can I just stop you?
It's not about
I know the way Nat is, and I would trust him, but
Yeah.
you can't trust the women. You see men like
is
your
them.
man, they appeal to a lot of, like, a man like Nat, all your men are good men, they appeal to a lot of women.
Yeah.
Would you actually feel, me personally, if I had a man like any of you guys, I would not feel comfortable. And it's not because I'm insecure, it's because the way women are these days, it's like they're very comfortable with talking to married men. It's a boost for a lot of women.
100%.
So you have to be careful, do you know what I mean, with what you let slide.
Yeah. Is it? He has had one friend that he locked her up, thank God. But it depends, because I think for me, it's knowing your boundaries. Like, don't cross those boundaries. Don't try and put yourself in a place that I am as this person's wife or as this person's partner. Like, for example, there's this girl that my husband was friends with. And
It's okay.
nah, it gets me angry.
I know.
about it.
I know.
And like, she'd do stuff like, oh, it's Father's Day coming up, I'm gonna get him a present, do you want to put chip in? I'm like, you don't need.
Just asking you to chip in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking, bro, that's my man. Chip in,
do it.
Chip in.
Yeah.
What is this?
Chip
and like,
in.
doing
If you don't
stuff
have
like,
enough, you don't have
picking
Yeah,
up
if
my
you're gonna buy
son
it,
and
buy
like
it.
saying, oh, this is how you comfort him to get him, make him feel better. I'm thinking, bro, like, I look after him all the time.
Yeah.
What are you on about?
It's my husband.
Like, I think it depends on the female friend. Like,
yeah.
I've got male friends that I'm exceptionally close to, like my husband vibes with, like, to the point where one of my friends said to me the other day, Marissa, I can't lie, if you was to ever cheat on Nathaniel, I'd snitch on you straight away because he's such a good man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
depends.
Yeah.
But he doesn't seem to have, I suppose, now. The one he was close to now, he's not that close to now, but I guess that's because she crossed my boundaries and my husband's team me 24/7.
Yeah, I
so
respect that.
if someone's upsetting me or making me feel uncomfortable, he's like, yeah, no, my wife's upset, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
it's done. It depends. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
for me,
okay
it's
with
a
it.
strong no. Yeah, we share all of our friends,
Yeah.
and we've got really close female friends and male friends together.
Yeah.
But when it comes to that, him having a female best friend, like, if he did have a female best friend, there's no boundaries. I don't think your female best friend call you at middle of night.
No, we're not doing that though.
But that's what they do.
No, we're not doing
That's
that.
what they do.
Well, they're silly because you should know as a friend.
Yeah.
You have boundaries. He's a married man.
You should,
You
but-
call it a certain time of night.
Absolutely.
You hear what I'm saying?
day.
Even
Yeah.
anytime then when they're like, oh, you know, I'm going through this, and now you're sharing emotions, and now she's got feelings.
And it just gets techie. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be opposed. I'll just see what I go and I'll give you a chance.
Yeah.
And if you mess that up, that's your business.
No, for real.
It is not mine.
So, Marissa, you have a child. And before, you fully became your beautiful son's mom, you was like a stepmother first. How did you transition into that role, and how did you maneuver the co-parenting and things like that?
Wow, it's interesting. God bless him, my baby Trey is amazing. I've been his parent since he was 2 years old.
Yeah.
And in terms of that's when myself and Nathaniel actually got together. It's been quite an up and down journey, I'd say, for us, because I think for me it's been easier because his mum's just rubbish and she's not there anyway, to be fair. So that makes it easier. However, it breaks me because it's not easier for my son.
Yeah.
When he's crying to me, when he's coming to me, that gap, I know it affects him.
Yeah.
So that's what bothers me most.
Yeah.
In terms of co-parenting, I've always been a person where I've always said, if I was going to marry someone that has a child, I have to be the best mum to that child and not make them feel like there's any gap or any difference at all. Because for me, to me, if anyone asks me how many children I have, I always say one, because Trey is my child.
Yeah.
I treat him like I birthed him. That is my son.
Yeah.
I look after him. I love him. I nurture him like he's my own. I pray for him like he's my own.
Yeah.
In regards to, I suppose, how we manoeuvre it, I've always said that if his mum wanted to be a part of his life and actually do what she needs to do as a parent, the door's open to be a good parent. I would never chastise that because he deserves two parents. I always say to him, I say, baby, I say, you know how special you are. You've got two mummies. Not many people can say they've got two mummies, but he always sees me as his mum, which is unfortunate, but that's just how it is for us at the moment. I think in regards, I suppose, to, I don't know, it's been hard. It has been hard because he does get really emotional, and it's about helping him through those emotions. I've realised that's important. Being brought up Caribbean, a lot of times you're not meant to have emotions really, but my son, he's got very he's quite an anxious little boy, to be honest. He feels really deeply, and he is really loving at the same time. I think I suppose help him through those emotions, show him how special he is. He may not have the relationship that he wants to have with his mum right now, but I'm here and I'm trying to do my best for him. That's all I can do. He's growing up. You'd never think he's gone through anything because of how great he's had it.
The amount of love that he's had.
It just gets me emotional even thinking about it. He's just a great boy. I can't.
I love that. I feel like a lot of people talk about marriage, but there's situations where there is a child involved. Like for me, I have a child, so I would not be able to marry somebody that doesn't make my child feel as if we're a one unit. That's exactly how it should be. And that leads me on to my next question. How do you feel about some people saying that being a parent, it's a beautiful thing. But some people do lose themselves to just parenthood and neglect their marriage. And I find a lot of moms will do this, mum mode, but the marriage has been neglected, So how would you say you find the balance and, tend to your man's needs, your husband's needs, and also the needs of your child?
It's hard.
It is hard.
Go on.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, if that's already your mindset, because that was mine. I had this, I had this weird thing I'll lose my husband.
You always say.
And it's just training your mind to be like, well, no, you've just got two responsibilities, and you have to work as a family. You and your husband. Well, me and my husband, we've agreed that it's. Obviously, this may upset some people, but it's us first and then the child.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure that's how it's supposed to be anyway. I'm sure it's supposed to be.
But
like that.
You're right. I think it's supposed to be like that too. But mothers do say, my child first. And I just that for me is not.
Do you think that leads to the breakdown?
100%.
I do think it leads to the breakdown because sounds so bad. You're now prioritising that child that you brought into the world, which you should. But there's two of you here.
Yeah.
And Mario was there first. We made this child together. So us first, and then the child. And it's not saying like the child's behind or anything.
Yeah.
It's just like God first, and then my marriage.
Yeah.
Because if God spoke to me and I felt it and I heard it, and it was something against Mario, I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Because that's where I put God.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's how it is.
Yeah.
My husband and then the child.
It has to be like that, though.
No.
To me, that's a non-negotiable.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how it's supposed to be.
It should.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you two aren't good together as a partnership, then what's your child going to see?
Exactly.
That's how I see it. Because if me and Nat aren't good, then Trey's not going to be good, if that makes sense. He's not going to have his dad doing his fatherly duties. He's not going to have me doing my motherly duties. We both have to be at a certain level.
Yeah.
I think. And I think it's important as well, you know, we've had to really jewel this now we're married. You still have to date each other.
Yeah.
That's so important. Oh my God.
Like go on date nights and things like that.
Yeah,
Like keeping the spark alive.
Absolutely.
100%.
And it's really hard because I think sometimes you get complacent,
Yeah.
knowing that the person's always going to be there. You know, I know sometimes Nat probably feels like maybe I don't appreciate him enough. I know that. Sometimes I might feel a little bit unappreciated as well.
Yeah.
I think it's finding ways to keep it alive, even with little stuff like I don't know, like I know my husband's great. If I've had a rubbish day, he'll buy me like little flowers out of nowhere. He's that kind of husband.
The
He's
things
just
that drew
great.
you in the
Absolutely,
first place.
And you just did anyway.
I think it's important to love your person. This may be going off topic, but love your person in the way they want to be loved.
Absolutely, not
So
me.
not how you want to be loved.
What
Like
they want to
all
be
the love language and things like that. It's
Yeah.
good to look through that and see what you guys are,
Exactly.
and love them how they want to be loved, and make men aren't mind readers. Like make them know
They're
that
not.
Yeah, they're
you
not.
would like
They're
to be loved.
We think they are, but they're not.
And even if you've been with them, like it's your husband, you know, you feel like they know your mannerisms, they know the way if you're moody, they should know you're not okay.
Yeah.
But they're not. Honestly,
Yeah.
they can not. They won't understand. And I'm like, I've been with you for over a decade. How do you not know? Do you know what I mean? But sometimes he will, like, bless Joel, he will like understand and be like, okay, you're not okay, so I'll just do what I need to do with Niv. Do you know what I mean? Because I can see you probably
Take the load
overstimulated right now. Do you know what I mean? And obviously we've got issue as well in the mix. So we've got 3 girls. Do you know what I mean? So it's not easy.
Yeah.
And going back to the point that you just made, we kind of forgot about our marriage and ourselves because we wanted to make sure that coming into the home were good. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they've been through a lot. So we wanted to give them the love and make sure that they're okay. But we definitely forgot about ourselves in that process. So it's now kind of, you have to remember, like, the other night, I think Joel was like, oh yeah, we can just play some games downstairs. And I was like, oh yeah, we can play some games. And like, we actually can. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
not all the time.
Yeah,
not all the time. You need to go out and
you can
go somewhere.
keep the
like,
romance alive.
you can just
in
chill.
the house,
yeah,
so
so
that's good.
yeah.
So for those who are, dating to marry, what would you say we should be looking out for? Like, what are the things we should be looking out for in a man in order to know, he's the one?
Vulnerability.
Yeah. If his mom's alive, look how he treats her.
Yeah.
Okay, so the women in his family.
Yeah. The women in his family.
Yeah.
Look at how he treats other women.
Or how he perceives women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? So how he perceives women, how he treats women in his family, guys. That's number 1. What else?
I said vulnerability. Like,
Vulnerability.
if you can be vulnerable in the right times.
And accountability as well.
Yeah.
That's a big
accountability.
Being accountable.
What about being a leader? Because I feel like from young we're taught that men are to be leaders and things like that. Is that something of real importance when you become married or when you're looking for your husband?
I think it's important,
yeah.
but it's something that you learn. So when I got married, straight away I'm like, so we had marriage counselling and we continue to have marriage counselling, like we still have marriage counselling now with the same person. And straight away got married, moved into this house, and we agreed to Bible studies and praying and things in the evening. but I'm there. I know what it's supposed to be. I'm just waiting for this leader
to come through.
So I'm like, oh, it's this time now. Oh, you're the man of the house. And he's like, that's not how it goes.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, I know, but I've forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you remembered. Say something to me, and then I'll take that up. But obviously now he does it without even being asked. But in terms of leadership, the man should be the leader of the home, but it takes time. It's not. I don't think you can see a leader in your husband, in your boyfriend. Some people can, but it's good to give grace. Like,
you have to give grace.
Heavy on the grace. I think sometimes as women we can be a bit like,
you should know.
Do you know what I mean? We don't really give them like the chance
and
to make
how they were raised as well, because Nat was raised in a single parent household.
Okay.
So to understand, like, I guess aspects of how to be a leader, it's different for him compared to someone that's had two parents in that balance. That's what I've had to learn, to have grace, because there's certain things, like even when we first got married, I had an expectation of certain things without understanding that his lived experience is completely different to mine. So it's about, I suppose, even some, not, I wouldn't say teaching, but supporting them through certain things. And that's okay. I think people think, oh, like, he's less of a man because I'm supporting him. Absolutely not, because at the end of the day, like, I'm not having you cry on no one else's shoulder.
Back in the day, leaders are different from like my grandmother that had to go out and chop bush and chop
done a bully.
Well,
things at times change.
We've literally just got everything in the cupboard. Like, it's men aren't doing the things that they needed to do back in the day.
It's completely different.
Leaders in the Bible are completely different to what leaders would be today.
Definitely. So, going back to your point, I would say looking at like their childhood and like their family dynamics,
morals and
their values. Just to have a look at that and think, okay, is it something that I can work with? Because like I'm similar to Marissa. We're quite similar, Marissa. Yeah, we are. Like Joelle came from a one-parent home, and I'll never forget. He always used to say this for years. Like, you're so lucky
to have
two parents. And people used to say to me all the time, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I understand. Yes, I am lucky, but I think he meant as in like as a man, he had to learn everything himself. Like, everything himself. Nobody taught him to do anything, and his mum did, but there's only certain things that a mum can give.
That's what I feel like it's
you.
important.
You see what I'm saying?
Father to be present.
Definitely. Like emotionally, and she always had to like provide. She had to work. She had 2 sons. Do you know what I mean? So it was just her. So there's a lot of things that he had to learn by himself, and then coming to my family, and my mum and dad are married, and like my dad kind of expected him as well, like to know certain things, but as we was together for longer, like he understood, like, now you know what, you haven't even had the chance to be given certain things like how we gave to my daughter. So you just grace, because I think as women we expect grace a lot.
Yeah, we do.
But we don't give them any.
We don't.
It's just talking, asking them things. You don't know until you ask. You won't just see these things being in your relationship with your boyfriend. You just won't.
You won't.
And men these days are very reserved as well. Like, there's a lot of things you will not find out until you're married.
That's 100%. So true.
Okay, so what's your guys' thoughts on prenups?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, really? Do you feel like it's kind of...
For a second I was thinking, what is a prenup?
It's kind of setting up a marriage for failure because you're already showing that maybe you don't trust your partner, or do you feel like it's an actual wise decision to make in a marriage?
I don't think there's a problem with it. Like, if you get one, that's great. If you don't, then I think it depends on your dynamic as a couple. Because like, I've been with Joelle for like how many years? Like over a decade. So for me, we didn't really think about the prenup thing really. Like, it was just like, if you don't really need
it's not for me.
I see it as
people,
man. No, it's not for rich people. I think if I was rich, definitely, but I think it's preparing you in case things go bad. Because when people or feelings are hurt,
they move different.
And you have to prepare yourself for that. regardless of whether you love the person or not. Because as much as I love Nathaniel, I know that, God forbid, if something bad was to happen, I don't know how he would react towards me. He may turn into someone that I didn't even know. So it's not a matter of me saying I don't trust you. It's a matter of, just in case this may happen, let's just prepare ourselves for that.
Yeah, and you got a child involved as well. So
and there's a child involved, exactly,
Okay, so what's the ideal amount to spend on a wedding? I hear this question asked a lot. What is the ideal amount to spend on a wedding?
Depends who you are.
Being somebody in events.
Yeah.
Spending money. I'm not really into events at the moment, but I feel like we're going with the times. It's whatever the times are saying. Everywhere's expensive. I don't feel like people have the choice.
You have no choice. If you want it small,
even if you register office, their prices are raised.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So, if it was our choice, I would say,
if you could give a figure, what figure would you say? Because there are some people right now who are going to be watching and they don't know what they should be spending on their wedding.
Reasonable.
I'm
going to say 15 bags.
To me, that's a bit low.
Well, you said reasonable. You said reasonable. You can work with that.
I think it's a bit low. I think about 25.
Yeah, I was thinking.
You said reasonable, so I went with the minimum.
Minimum.
25 is crazy, but I understand these are the times that we're living in. My wedding was like $6,000.
Really?
Yeah, Kenya's was
absolutely.
Because the times where we were
I got married in a custard factory. Factory now you pay like $25,000.
Yeah, 100%.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the place was beautiful though. Yeah. So if you want that now, it's ridiculous.
Wow. So is spending all that money really worth it? Like, be honest, do some of you regret the amount of money that you spent?
Yeah, I did. I'll say it loud and proud.
Tell to the camera, Mal.
Hello, people. We regret it. Okay, not regret. Maybe that's the wrong word. But we wish
you
that
should hold back on certain things. With like the spending.
This is why it's taking.
Did you have to pay for everything though? Didn't like people chip in? Because my wedding cars were turning up. I was like, oh, you ordered cars?
Yeah, people chipped in, of course. But I think for us either way we would have spent, because we've wanted it for so long.
Yeah.
We've been together for so long, and everybody, do you know, people that really know us and know what we've been through are like, nah, yeah. Do you know what I mean? So we wanted people there.
Yeah.
And when it gets to the numbers, it's techie.
That's the reality.
And that's the reality. So we had to pay. So, but I think if we didn't think about that at all and scaled it back,
we would have downsized.
100%.
Yeah. So you don't have to be paying.
So you don't have to. You don't have to.
It just depends what's most important to you at that time. You want your friends to be there and your family.
Yeah.
Especially when everybody's happy for you. I'm willing to pay for you guys to come and enjoy your time.
Do you feel like social media adds added pressure? Because with social media now,
for sure.
Everyone's got their weddings on social media. So do you feel like social media can add that extra pressure onto how much you should be spending?
Definitely, and I think that's why I posted snippets of our wedding but not actually upload it, because I think there's certain little pieces of our life that I just want to keep for me.
Yeah.
Like it's not even a like, I think when you post it on social media it's almost like, oh, compare. But what I've realised as well is that, especially with social media, not everything's as what it seems. And I think at the same time, you have to be careful because you don't know what that person's had to do to get to where they are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you really have to be careful. And this is why I will never make out as if, oh, my marriage is amazing, it's perfect, it's this and that. Like, we've gone through a lot of nonsense to get to where we're at right now, which we're still not where I think we need to be.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because that's our story, that's where we're at. But you just have to be careful.
If you feel like your marriage is perfect, then it's okay. Because I'm finding that with social media right now, it's focusing a lot on the negative side of marriage.
It's true. And it is
we're so real and we're so this is our marriage. My marriage is beautiful. My marriage, we have arguments and things, but we're supposed to just that's like any friendship, you need to treat your marriage like a friendship.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Put
the effort in. Yeah. And you're going to have your disagreements. Yeah. You're going to have your arguments. But it's still a very beautiful marriage, and it's okay to say that my marriage is flawless.
Yeah.
Because it is. And it's okay to put that on social media too.
Yeah.
But I understand, you know, people saying, "Oh, my marriage is this," and comparison and stuff. If you've obviously got an issue with that, then I get it. But it's okay to share.
100%. And people that's, you know, what did I say on the other day on Instagram? Someone said, we never argue in our marriage. And I was thinking, you're lying. Do not lie to me.
Yeah.
Because you do argue. If you want to call it a disagreement, you can.
Yeah.
But I know that you do. And it's okay. Like, it's like people think that you can't share that, like, do you know what I mean? Like, we have to show face. Nah, because if you was to sit down with me and we have a conversation, I'm gonna give you the most authentic version of what's going on. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you don't really know them like that, then you don't need to go too deep. But I feel like it's important to educate people about marriage.
Yeah.
Because really, it's easy to get married, but to stay married
is the next thing. You heard it, to stay married.
It is. You really have to work at it, and you have to be selfless, like very selfless. And if you're a person where, you know, not saying that you're selfish, but you just had to worry about yourself, not really had to like think about anybody else, then it can become hard, and then things can crop up. So
absolutely,
Have any of you noticed any differences or changes in your spouse now compared to when you was dating? So now that you're married, have you changed? Would you say that you've changed?
Yeah.
Me or my partner?
You or your spouse?
Yeah, Joel falls asleep everywhere. Everywhere, you could be sitting there, just gone, just absolutely gone. And I'm like, babe, do you have a condition? Like there's something wrong. But I just think working life, you know, like in the routine, husband, whatever. And then I just thought, oh my gosh, he's actually very tired. Like, you actually don't realise. But yeah, fun and jokes aside, I would say, things have changed a little bit in each other. Like Kenya was saying the other day, earlier, about love languages. Like, I do feel like ours has changed. The older we have got. And it's knowing to tap back into that. Yeah. And, like, just ask, like, has anything changed, babes? Like, do you still like when I do this or not? Do you know what I mean? It's important to ask, because sometimes you don't. You do the same thing and it's like, what are you doing? Yeah. Yeah.
My husband's changed drastically. Yeah. But that's because he's only been allowed the space to change. Okay. So when we got together, he couldn't work, he couldn't go to uni or anything because of immigration. Yeah. Okay. And then when he got his leave to remain, I saw this complete different person who I've never seen before. Someone who could provide for his family, someone who could, you know, just say things with confidence, like, I'm going to do this and it's going to happen. Buying tickets to go abroad, we only go back to Jamaica. But buying tickets to Jamaica, and it's like, this is a new person, and it's so nice to see him become that person now. And that only happened this year. So imagine being with someone for that long, him not being able to like fully provide and fully do what he wants to do, and then now being able to do that. So seeing that change is amazing.
I agree with that still. I do, because when I was pregnant with I was still at my mum's and I was at uni, and Joel just finished uni. He didn't have a job. So then he got a job, and then to see, like, now in his mind we've got a child, like I've got a partner, I want to marry her, like I need to keep this consistent like stability, and to see him continue and be that, but it's beautiful still. Like, it is nice. Like, before when we was dating, you know, he's a bit of a old man, I would say, just a little bit. But it's nice to see the 360. That is good. And people can change their life, you know. Like, they really can.
So you shouldn't write a man off?
Definitely not. Okay. I would definitely say nah. I think now, this day and age where we are now, like, okay, but I would definitely just don't write somebody off. You need to see if they have the ability to change, and if they want that for themselves. Absolutely. Not you trying to change them. And I definitely saw that in Joel. So it is, like Kenya said, it's beautiful to see that when the when circumstances change, that they're able to do what they want to do.
It's not even just providing, it's being a very happy person. I knew my husband's potential of like busting jokes and just being happy, but he wasn't always that, because that immigration thing was just there.
How do you handle conflict and disagreements? Now, me, I would say I'm a bit of a hothead. I am a hothead.
Yeah.
You know, how do you learn to tone that down in marriage and not to let it overpower your marriage? How do you deal with disagreements and arguments? Because, for example, when you're not married and you're just boyfriend and girlfriend and you're like dating, you know, you can delete them off Snapchat, maybe throw up a little indirect here and there, but in marriage you've got time for that nonsense. So what do you do?
You actually can't.
I'm still learning.
Actually can't.
I'm still learning.
It irritates me that I can't.
Still learning.
Irritates, For me, I'm not a hothead, but I don't stop talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Mario doesn't talk. And he's
See, that would annoy me.
Oh,
yeah.
you know
That
what
would
I mean?
really. What do you mean you're not talking?
Yeah.
Are you mute?
And he'll
That's my husband.
and then he'll say things when I'm like, why are you not talking to me? And you know in the movies when you see the woman shouting and then it just goes silent. That's literally my husband.
Wow.
So then I won't break down, but I'll be like, Mario, you're not talking back.
Yeah.
And he'll say, when you calm down, then we want to have discussion like adults.
That is
those words.
I can hear him saying it.
Those words alone are helpful, because I'm like, as adults, you think I'm a child. So now I know just to give him the space.
Yeah.
And then he'll come and speak to me when it's time to. But when he's ready to argue, it's even worse, because I'm not a mute person. I'm so I'm ready to argue back. Fire with fire. But we have this rule where we don't say disrespectful things.
I like
that.
I do
there's
like
no
that.
way, there's no way I'm going to stop calling you a...
I do like that.
That is beautiful.
Hey, I'm still learning.
At least you keep it real.
I'm still learning. I can't lie to you, because I'm a hothead, and when I'm angry, my mouth will run and run and run, and then because Nathaniel does the same thing, he'll go quiet, but he goes quiet because he has to think. And then he'll come to me later and speak. I'm like, what he's thinking about? And like, yes, I will say disrespectful, absolutely horrible things, if I'm being honest. When I'm angry. Something I'm still learning, and I think something I've actually got better at as well. Because I've realised that, you know, when you say certain things, you can't take it back.
And I feel like
I realised that me saying those things damaged how he thought himself.
Words stick, you know.
Definitely
stick, and
because
they
he
can
loves
play in
me.
your head. So when somebody that, you know, says that they love you is saying out of pocket things or things that are very hurtful and very personal, it's going to hurt them. But like you said, you're working on it, and that's the big thing, you're working on it.
And I think, especially with how I was raised, when my parents didn't really argue, to be honest, if I'm being honest. And I think at the same time, seeing them argue, or even if they did have like a disagreement, it was more of like I suppose you don't see the repair side of it. Now, I've realised, especially because Trayvon's there, it's important for him, not for him to be in my marriage, don't get it twisted, but to see that mummy and daddy get things wrong too. And it's okay for us to get things wrong. And it's also, we're big enough to apologise. Now, I'm big enough to apologise to my son. If I've done him wrong, I'll say, Trey, I am so sorry. I should not have done that. Mummy is wrong. Absolutely. Because I think, you know, I'm still learning. Like, I'm 26, but I still feel like I'm still on my way to getting to where I need to be. Trey needs to see me and Nathaniel heal in the most positive way possible. And don't get me wrong, there's certain things that mean, like arguments and stuff that aren't good at all. But I think it's manoeuvring how we speak to each other, the things that we do say, the things that we don't say. Something I'm still working on, something that he's learning to speak up, and now he does speak up, I can't lie to you. And it burns me. Good. It burns me at the same time, because
it's okay, let it burn.
It burns because it burns because
you have to let it burn, Marissa.
No, I've not realised I have to, because when he does speak up, I'm like, ouch. But then at the same time, I'm like,
ooh.
Now you want to talk. But no, it is something that I'm learning, and I guess learning how to be respectful.
Yeah.
With my
that's a good one.
My thoughts.
Being respectful.
And what I say.
I don't think we've been there as well. Like, it's just, we're both very... Joel's an introvert in nature. Like, he's an introvert. If you know him when you go to speak to him, then he'll talk.
Yeah.
But like naturally, he'll just hold his corner. I'm not like that. I'm very bubbly and outgoing.
Yeah.
So in disagreements now, I'm like, say what you're saying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Just say what you're saying, so we can be over and done with. And he's not like that. He's like, no, but why did we get here?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
I just want to fish it out. I want to tell you how I'm feeling and done, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
You have to consider the other person's feelings. And then you have to think about what you're going to say.
It's
and
really
not all
friendship.
Yeah.
You never talk to me the way
Like,
you speak to Joel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you'll be thinking about, how would I say this to Kenya?
Yeah,
Delete everything. She's thinking about Mark.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about your feelings.
We should have the same thought
But in
process.
general, I'm not like, that's what I'm saying. Like, with Joel, I don't do that. I just say what I'm saying. Do you see what I'm saying? And if you're my brethren, I'll just say what I'm saying. Because you should kind of understand me, who I am as a person. I'm not being stink. I'm just saying.
Real.
So, but then I have to realise that can hurt somebody else's feelings.
Yeah, it's true. Not everyone's
not everybody
ready for the delivery. I think delivery
is key.
It's
so
very, very
I've realised that I can still say what I want to say.
Yeah.
But I need to deliver it in a better way.
I've got a good scenario of that actually. Before me and Nat even got married, I went to his flat one time. And I saw the flat and I was like, what on earth happened in here?
Yeah.
I was disgusted. I said, what? I called my friend.
So what was the problem?
Called her friend.
I said, it's Keisha. I called Keisha. And I said, Keisha, when he comes here, how can he set this example for Trayvon with the flat so nice? And I was getting mad. I was switching. And then my friend she was like, Marissa, nah, you can't be like that with him. You can't be like that with him. I was like, now when he comes, I'm going to tell him about himself. He can't leave the flat like that because I don't like nastiness in the flat. I can't lie to you, it's too bad. But in that moment, I learned so much about me and also him. My friend's mum, my auntie Monica, she's great. She spoke to me after. She was like, Marissa, she was like, have you thought about teaching him? And I was like, what do you mean teach? He's a man. Why am I what do I have to teach this man? Like, he's a grown man. Why am I teaching him anything? But she said sometimes in order to avoid conflict or avoid issues, you have to also be a person that's teachable and able to teach in order to get the results that you want. So I've now learned that, okay, for example, for me, if I'm cleaning or the kitchen's I love cleaning the kitchen, like I have to bleach a certain area, you know, the little metal thing. I always bleach that first, then wash the dishes and all that, and clean the thing, like, you know, the little drain thing. People leave it with all the mildew and that in there. I clean it first, and then I'll wash it. I don't like that, and I will wash it off, and then all that. But if Nat doesn't do it, I ponder it and I look and I just think, and then I think, okay, instead of me going, why, and then just switching, I think, okay, like, babe, next time I think maybe we should try and do this. And he's like, oh, sorry, I didn't think of that. Rather than me attack. Because I realised me attacking him doesn't always work. And it goes in and out rather than us having a conversation and just being like, okay, this is what we're going to do moving forward, and then do it.
I feel like, to touch on what you said, I feel like men need to be taught a lot of the time. And I feel like sometimes us as women, we don't have the patience with them. So I feel like you said, in order to get the results that you want, we need to learn to be more patient. We do. I feel like patience is a big thing in any relationship, whether friendship, marriage or whatever. Absolutely. It's something that you need to have in order to give that person the time to provide the results that you want. So how do you guys balance financial responsibility? You know, there's a trend on TikTok where you see the wives saying, "Oh, I don't have money for the mortgage this month," and whatever, and the man's like, "Well, you don't pay it anyway." Is it where, you know, should the man be expected to take on the load, or is it a 50-50 thing? Because, you know, a lot of the times you hear conversations of women, especially in this generation, saying, like, I ain't paying for nothing. You get me? It's a man's job to cover everything. Do you feel like that should be the case, or when it's married, it's split in the middle, or how is it with you guys personally? Kenya?
For me, we share everything, so my pay of the month goes straight into both of our accounts.
Okay.
But I do feel like, let's say Mario found me, didn't have anything, and he wanted to provide, then cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get when some people are like, oh, my man pays for everything.
Yeah.
But not when you're like, I'm not going to pay for everything, my man needs to. But then you need to find a man that's willing to do that.
It's not just going to be...
Yeah, I don't think you should go into a relationship not knowing... with expectation, Unless there's a man there who only... Because my granddad was that person. My nan can't work, wasn't allowed to work, and he wanted to provide, so he did that. But... Obviously, me and my husband, we put everything in the account and it's both of ours. We spend whatever we want to spend. Don't need to ask.
Yeah.
No.
That's strange as well to ask.
Yeah. What about you?
I think it's whoever's got it, and whoever don't got it. At the moment in our marriage. Like, if you've got it, you've got it. If you don't got it, you don't got it. If he's got money and he's like, okay, cool, like, I can do this, I'll do that. It's whatever works at that time. Like, I don't know, like, I find, like, in regards to, I guess, where we live, he will pay for, like, the rent and all of that stuff, like electric and the main utility bills. That's what he'll pay for.
Yeah.
I'm just a girl. I just do the groceries. Me. That's it. Like, I don't really do
You do the
much,
domesticated
domesticated things. Like, I do like groceries, I suppose, and like little stuff. But then, like, in regards to Trayvon, like things with him, like his clothes and that, we tend to split that actually. When it comes to Trey, we split.
Yeah.
When it comes to, I suppose, the main utilities, that's mainly Nathaniel. And then when it comes to, I suppose, like activities and stuff, that's a homebody. He don't like going anywhere, so I will plan that because he doesn't know where to go half the time, and it's better, I guess. It's whoever's got that strength at the time. That's what works in our marriage. I don't know.
Yeah. What about you, Malvina?
My man provides, girl. Provides.
That's
like he does, and I'm grateful for doing that. He does like the heavier bills.
Yeah.
But I do also pay the like other bills like utilities and stuff like house insurance, gas, electric, all of that. And like some of Niv's curriculums that she does, and like just things that I want for myself.
Yeah.
So we don't put our money into like how Kenya and Mario do it. We don't do that.
Okay.
Like, we just know what we're paying for.
Okay.
And we pay it accordingly. And then whatever's left like we say, shall we do this month or whatever? We plan, like, if something needs doing in the house, okay, we're going to do this, and then we'll come together. So we know what we're paying for. Then anything else outside of that, we do together. So
okay,
but it works for us that way.
That's good. So
I think
it just goes to show that you've all got different dynamics, but it's whatever works. It doesn't have to be one way. You've got a shared account. It's whoever's got it at the time. Yeah. Mainly Joelle, pays the bills, and that's what works. And it's okay to be different. Do you know what I mean? So, as we close, if there's 3 things that you guys could say to people watching when it comes to marriage and what to look for when it comes to marriage, what are the 3 things that you would say?
To look for?
Yeah. When it comes to marriage and finding that right person to say, yeah, this is my life partner. If you could leave us with 3 things each, what would it be?
We'll start over there.
I'm really thinking of it.
Oh, me too.
I'm gonna say something that's like carried me through my marriage and relationship, just being authentic with one another and not kind of like losing yourself. So still being yourself with the other person, and then being able to come together and kind of not lose yourself too much.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the authentic version of yourself, I would say. Being able to come together and still have that, and for your love to be authentic. I don't know why I love the word.
Is it one each? One each.
Okay, I'll probably do one each.
One each.
So
yeah.
What you said, Martina, was to be authentic.
Yeah.
Okay, Marissa.
To be teachable and be willing to be taught. I think that's important as well.
That landed in my soul.
Pastor Marissa, teachable and ready to be taught.
Honestly,
I love
it's so
that.
important. Like, I think a lot of times, especially for me, I'm a stubborn individual, very
Me
stubborn.
too.
And I've had to learn that I don't always get it right, absolutely not. And that's okay.
Yeah.
And my husband doesn't always get it right. That's okay.
That's okay.
And we also do get it right, and that's also great as well.
Yeah.
I think it's being willing to, I suppose, learn from each other, learn about yourself, and also be willing to feel uncomfortable with the emotions of not getting it right as well. It is hard. I've struggled with that. My husband said some things to me, like about me, that I'm like, ouch, how dare you? Like, how do you feel like that about me? But it's made me better. And in saying that, I'm grateful for it now more than anything, rather than feeling resentment for it. At the time, it's hard to hear, absolutely. But I think later on, when you reflect on it and you look back, you're like, you know what? This person has my best interests at heart. And they are not going to say it if they don't want me to be the best version of myself. As I always say about my marriage, like, for me, it's like I always say to Nat, you know, I love our story. It's my favourite story ever. And I think at the same time, like I always say, I will take my perfectly imperfect marriage over anything. To me, it's perfect, but it's also imperfect in its own little ways. But when we come together, we are the best. And I love that for me. Always, sorry. I love that. I love that.
Beautiful.
Great.
And mine is, if you're someone in faith who believes in God, I feel like you should be looking out for a man who also believes in God.
Absolutely.
And you can see God through them.
Oh, definitely. I would say, God is...
God being in the centre.
I don't feel like you
can't. Do you feel like it can work without God being in the centre?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I've been on my knees.
If you don't know, I feel like sometimes when you don't know anything else, you're just out here trying, looking at the universe, like all of that. It's just no.
And you're not going to
What's it going to give to me? Put my crystals in the garden and let the moon shine.
What's that going to do? So nothing. So it's important.
These are all women of God.
By the way. We love the Lord.
You know, I feel like, although, like I said, I'm not married, but you know, I come from a Christian background, you know, same as you guys. I do hear people who have successful marriages say, you know what, God was in the centre, and then me and my partner.
Well, because you can't. You're not advised. You're advised not to do this, but your parent, you don't want to go to your mum about what you're going through, or your siblings, or do you know what I mean, or your friends. They're not the best people. Like when I had my first issue with Mario, I called my mum straight away and she goes, you know where you are there? Just me.
Like they're going to give biased opinions sometimes. Whereas God's very unbiased.
Completely.
Definitely. Just sorry, before you end, just one more thing came into my head. For people that are like looking or trying to get into marriage, I would say be intentional. And even when you are married and when you're
intentional,
dating as
That's the word I'm bringing
be
into
intentional and literally say to God, this is what I want. Because he can give it to you. And don't think, oh, maybe it's too much. Just tell him what you want. And he will give to you what he thinks is right for you. It might not be packaged in the way that
you'd expect it to be.
But you can be very intentional. Like, I want a man who is 6 foot, chocolate,
and you would get
got
that.
a beard, or whatever you want. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can get that. God can provide that for you. So just be very intentional in the way that you speak. You know, everybody says affirmations. Like, why not go to God and tell him what you want? He can give it to you. So just be very intentional. Like, when you're dating and when you're seeking, always go back to him and be like, God, I had a date today. Like, well, go on, what you saying? Like, just talk to him like
a best friend.
Like, he's your best friend. So that's what I'd leave.
Well, thank you, ladies, for all coming on and sharing your experiences. I've absolutely loved having you guys on. I feel like you've kept it real, and you know, we've dived into a lot of things with marriage. Maybe we'll have to do a part 2, maybe with your husbands.
Oh yeah,
that'd be nice.
Guys,
But
please, can we do that?
I think
That
we
would
might
love
need
that.
to do a part 2
Do it.
with your husband. But I think I've learned a lot personally. There's a lot of things that I wasn't aware of before, and I think there's a lot of things that the viewers themselves can say, do you know what, I'm gonna jot this down. So thank you guys for coming on. And thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Everyone just being raw and authentic. So yeah, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and share, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Bye.
Ta-da.